Alright, I want to improve these videos. Instead of reviewing every character from my bedroom and talking smack about them without a chance for them to defend themselves, I thought, why not go out there and make a public talk show to personally interview all the characters? So yeah, welcome to the LFG Castle Crasher show, something I totally didn't make up 20 seconds ago. Now let's give it up for our featured guest, Mr. Royal Guard. Guys, I think our speaker broke. Anyway, so Mr. Royal Guard, how does it feel to be here? That's great to hear. I also hate my life. But I have to ask, Mr. Royal Guard, how does it feel either being useless in regular mode or be a massive pain in the ass in insane mode? Great answer. If I was you, I'd also want to be annoying for no particular reason and do 285 king damage. What in the blue shit? And finally, how does it feel being the 457th character to receive the arrow rain as your splash attack? You want to... what? Mr. Royal Guard, I asked you about your in-game magic, not your world beliefs on how the entire Bosnian population should be turned into femboys. Alright, this guy has gone off the rails. Or should I say, off the chain? Quick, call them in. Yes, I'm sure. Call in the Castle Crashers community. The Royal Guard said that the Green Knight is the best character in the game and that the Fencer sucks and the Necromancer is lame. I should have known this would have happened. Let's just keep the series the way it is. So yeah, hello everyone, welcome to the Royal Guard review. The review of a literal chain face. I mean... yeah, of course. Now, before we get into the introduction of this guy, I just want to let you guys know that these flashy intros I've been having for the last 2 videos were just one-offs. Not like the standard quo for these videos from now on. It's just that I tend to have an idea, I think it'd be funny, and I feel it's worth the extra week it takes me to finish this video. Hee-hee-hee-haw. Nah, but that aside, watch my other videos, woo! That aside, let's get into the introduction of the Royal Guard. So the Royal Guard is an enemy you encounter during the 8th chapter of the game during the Desert Chase, Sandcastle Interior and Sandcastle Roof level. And as an enemy, the Royal Guard is a heavyweight, meaning that you can't juggle with them. Now, one of the things they do is chuck bombs at you, which, as you can imagine, is just a whole lot of fun. And during the Sandcastle Roof level, they actually use their splash attack in an attempt to prove the arrow rain isn't useless. They fail. And also these guys are usually found in small groups of 2 to 4, and during the Sandcastle Interior level you even fight 2 brute versions of them, so that's pretty cool. Still though, in general these guys can be a bit more annoying due to them being heavyweights, but in general they're not that bad. So then with this introduction out of the way, let's take a look at his cosmetic what is that sound? Oh no, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Yeah, this guy, like, I don't know what kind of shit the devs were smoking, but this guy's face is just covered with chains. What could be behind the chains? Obama? Bella Delphine? Me? Nah, but it's just a literal chain face. Now, other things regarding his cosmetic appearance I think are cool. Well, you have a lovely spike on top, which I imagine is used for certain adult practices. Let's just keep it at that. And another thing I think is nice is in general just his color scheme. It very much fits the desert theme in which he appears, so yeah, that's good. And something I also think is really cool is his shield. I mean, it's this spiky shield which doesn't actually function any differently than a normal shield, but it looks cool. Now then, for his steroid sandwich form, we have this guy. And he looks alright, it's just a standard good beefy form, I think. I mean, there really aren't any notable extra details, so I think I'ma just leave it at that it looks nice. Alright, so then the big question, how do you unlock the Royal Guard? Well, the way you unlock this descendant of an industrial factory is by first beating the game with... yippee! Yep, the Green Knight, easily the best character. in F tier. Nah, I'm being too harsh on him. He's definitely decent in normal mode, but just not in insane mode. But yeah, that's how you unlock Mr. Chainface. Alright, so with that out of the way, let's look at some of the most interesting magic I have ever seen. If I were to ignore all the other characters. So yeah, for a splash attack, we have my favorite magic. Yippee! I fucking hate this. The arrow rain is back, baby!
That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
We were able to avoid it for 7 months. Jeez, has it already been 7 months? But yeah, it's back. But yeah, regarding the magic, you know, same as always. It's not the worst of the worst. It's only like the worst. Nah, but it's just like a really mass splash attack. So thankfully for his magic projectile, we have a bomb, which, as I've explained in previous videos, is pretty good since it does fire damage on top of the normal damage at the cost of not having a whole lot of range. And for his air projectile, we have the magic projectile again, but also like I've explained in the previous videos, it's like there have already been characters with the exact same magic, that this is a better air projectile than normal, since the bouncing it does makes it easier to hit, so that is definitely pretty good. And then for his elemental infusion, we have the usual response to horny people. Nah, jokes aside, it's once again the armor pierce, so yeah, nothing special. And finally for his magic jump, we have the dust jump again. Like I said, it's like we've had similar characters like these before. But yeah, it's a pretty standard magic jump for the rest. So then, as per usual, who do you unlock when you beat the game with the Royal Guard? Well, once you beat the game with a point of view of change, you unlock the Saracen, aka Arabic Immigrant, aka don't cancel me for this, it was a fucking joke. But yeah, you unlock the Saracen when you beat the game with the Royal Guard, so yes. So with that all said and done, let us finally get into the rating of the Royal Guard. So the Royal Guard, although he looks pretty cool, still his magic is pretty meh. The bomb for his magic projectile and his air projectile definitely makes him a not entirely useless, but for the rest his magic is pretty lame, and therefore I'm gonna give him a 6.5 out of 10. Just like the Conehead and the Grey Knight, although this rating was too high, but I mentioned this in the Conehead review, which was that I was being way too generous in the original Grey Knight review. But yeah, I mean, the Royal Guard is pretty okay, but not a whole lot more than that, so therefore I do feel this rating is justified. Now, do I recommend him for insane mode? Well, no. His magic is just a tiny bit above okay, and there are much better picks for insane mode, so I don't recommend them. But yeah, with that all said and done, the conclusion for the Royal Guard: chains. Yep, that's his conclusion. Cry about it. So yeah, that was the Royal Guard review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like I mentioned last video, I think you're probably also gonna like my other content, so hey. But yeah, be sure to remember to rate the video and share it with your friends, share it with your mother, share it with the underfed children down the stairs, and even share it with your dad after he went out for milk. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see all of you next time. Peace.